Libra, welcome back for your January update for your twin flame journey. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome, and those of you who are coming over from YILDIZ readings, which is my other channel, welcome over. Now, if you're wanting to make a booking, the link is directly below. And as for what I do on both channels, on YILDIZ readings or at YILDIZ readings, I'll be doing live astrology updates as to what I'm getting in a sense of a psychic download, to give you the information of the transits. Also, if I'm inclined to, I may do an update on a particular zodiac sign and do additionals depending on which is the most popular. I may do an update for those, and I do give away a free 1 hour Skype reading. So you'll get your general reads as well as romance reads now and astrology. On the new channel here, there's going to be the psychic downloads as to the twin flame path. I'm a twin flame as well as a psychic medium. And again, if you are wanting to come through to the live sessions, I do give away a 1 hour free reading as well. So come through and join the crew. Now, I've pulled the cards ahead of time as well as chakra cards. And anything that you're learning through the next 2 weeks. I've pulled an energy of lessons, plus the energy between you. Now, interestingly enough, your chakra card is messages, signs, symbols, and guidance. And I feel you're going to be really smashed this month with a lot of signs and synchronicities, as well as any dreams that you're moving towards. They're going to bode very well. But you're following your dreams, and it may be people are telling you that you should be doing something differently, but you really stepped into your own, and you're trying to directly follow what you believe is correct for you and your own path. This can be that you do actually see a person you haven't seen in a long time, be it your twin or another. And it's interesting because what's highlighted on the card is the moon phases. Now, in January, we have a partial lunar eclipse and a total lunar eclipse, one on the 6th, one on the 20th, and we're in blood moon energy. So it feels like it's the winds of change around that time in relation to your dreams or your twin flame path. Now, you have the Queen of Swords coming up as your first energy. And again, this is to do with your instincts. And again, the card of dreams is for your crown chakra. You know, not having the higher knowing of what the bigger picture is going to be and how it's going to go. And definitely with the purple, it can be, you know, you trusting in the bigger picture as well as trusting in the transformation of time. I'm also seeing a hawk on it, so really having a 360 view of what you perceive to be happening within your twin flame journey and what you feel is a potential that can happen. You've been really patient through this process, but you've learned a great deal of patience through the process. And, you know, as I said in 2018, it was like we were in the emergency ward, really going through a lot of retrogrades and ascension symptoms. And a great deal of transformations, but those have been coming through all the way probably from 2016. Now, much of this transformation for the twin flame path will be moving all the way through to March. Now, I did see a pocket of twins coming through mid-December, but they're at a secondary stage of pockets of twins coming into contact, as well as into reunion by March. Now, that's not to say it can't happen at any time, but at the end of the day, energetically, I have been seeing these 2 key point times. But for you, I'm feeling some sense of a transformation is happening around the eclipse season. And I'm saying that by you being patient, you know, it is causing an aspect of frustration, but you're still trying to be patient for your transformation and for the transformation of the connection. You're being very independent, and it may be that you get psychic downloads. And again, you know, the moon energy directly above her head. I do feel you're really trusting in your intuition, and you're also coming to a place where you're balancing the yin and yang within yourself. You have had to go through a lot of dark night of the soul energy, as well as, you know, a lot of, I'm almost seeing a baptism. You know, she's coming out of the water. It's very grey, black water, but, you know, she's very light in energy. She's very sure of herself, and this could be a masculine energy as well. But really the frequency is the transformation that has transformed you. Now, you've got an energy of feeling left out in the cold. So it can be, as much as I'm seeing you to be grounded, I'm also seeing you at times jumping into that energy like, have I seen it correctly? Do I trust in my intuition? Some of you may have offers coming in, very separate to the twin flame path. Others of you are actually thinking of a fact that maybe your twin is still with a karmic or the mother of their children, because there's a child here. Others of you are concerned for your own child if you're a single parent. And you're having conversations. The conversations may be with twin, or they can be with people that you feel close to, as well as perhaps family members. Although you're fearful, you know, of the isolation and you're living in the energy, it's helping you make room in your life. And regardless of that factor, you're feeling it was necessary, and you're trying to hold space in your own life to be as grounded as possible. You can be really working quite hard on your finances, but I do see an aspect of celebration coming through after the darkness. There is a movement forward where there is a karmic ending coming. So whatever you're feeling is a karmic ending in your life, it can be connected to your twin flame path. You can be fretful that, you know, if your twin has returned and you're communicating, it's like you're in two minds. There's two cards. There's enemy and faithfulness. So it may be that you're unsure about what path to go and who to trust and how to look at this situation. But I think you need to understand, if the conversations are coming through and things are balanced, you need to take it at face value. And I know in the path it's hard to do that. You know, whatever's not working, leave behind. And it may be you have communication while you're not working. I do feel there may be a conversation, and this can be just one particular group of you, where if the Libra energy is a masculine, they're explaining the fact that a father figure energy impacted the way they perceived themselves. And it can be vice versa, but I'm feeling there is an energy of a conversation going on about a parent figure. And I feel it might be news you hear, but it can be directly from the person. But I feel it's more directly coming from your mind or the direct person. Your twin is trying to balance the justice in their life, and they do have heart chakra as an energy coming through for them. So they're really in their hearts about situations, and they're trying to bring balance and justice. And this can be directly connected to you, especially being the Justice card. You know, they're really meditating upon the false start that they had with you and the misuse of their power that they had at the time. But they're wanting to bring justice. They also want you to know certain things that you were unaware of, that you thought. And I feel you're going to find this to be a blessing. It feels like truth coming through. In relation to a connection that you were in your mind about, and a confusion they had in relation to a connection that now has ended, that they had thought about. They're really doing a lot of work on themselves. It might be that they're working currently, that they're trying to get back on their feet at a financial level. And they're also, they may have a person around them who had betrayed them. They're trying to bring everything together. They may actually be aware that a person around them is all for themselves. And they didn't want to commit to them. If they were in a karmic connection, they have a person who either they're about to end the situation with and they're deep in their minds about you. Once they return to work, I feel this energy is going to be highlighted to them. In relation to a person, a karmic energy that perhaps is, you know, was more in it for the thrill or for, how do I put it, you know, appearing to be one thing but really being another. And they were never stuck. It was something, they had no attachment, even if it was they had a tag. There was no attachment there. It felt more that they, it was the show, but once that was attained, it wasn't as balanced. Your twins' energies changed, but I feel this is a past tense energy for them, even though it's coming up in their minds. It might be an end of a cycle with that person. Even if they've separated, it feels as though they're tying up loose ends connected to it, but they know what this person's about. They're not playing games with them. Okay, their energy's coming back to being quite playful. And that they can be out of a home at the moment. They may be separating home and finances with a karmic energy, or unsure about what home is to them and lost hope in a previous situation, so they've moved from that location. It can be that they're staying at friends, due to finances while they're building it back up again. Okay. They're trying to regain their courage, you know. They're trying to rebuild themselves after despair that they've dealt with somebody else. And this could have happened a long time ago, but finally healing is coming through. That never quite got off the ground. And this energy, I'm feeling, is not connected to you. Their main energy is you. Definitely with what happened in the past, with wanting to move towards you. And an incorrect path they chose, in their opinion. Yeah, they're not sad about this ending, but they need to get grounded in order to move forward. Their heart is open, but they want to be financially abundant before they can move things forward. They are trust. The two things that they're going to learn is the trust in themselves and the trust in their heart. They're really bringing things to life. It's making them very happy to come back to themselves. Okay, the energy between you. You're really wanting to nurture this situation, but you're trying to do it in a correct format. You know, and both of you individually in your own lives may be really bringing things, you know, that you had in the sense of dreams and things you love doing. You're bringing that back to the table. I feel at a temporary level there may be a bit of indecision, you know, about talking about the past where it didn't transform to the level you wanted it to. But a lot of what's gone on has really taken a toll on the both of you. And again, it can be due to a karmic partner and a journey, the journey itself within the twin flame journey. But both of you are recouping. Both of you are having, you know, the finalisation of these scenarios coming through. There can be a lot of conflict either on their side or your side. I don't feel this is between you. There may have been in the past, but it's, you know, it's the realisation that the conflict isn't helping, you know, trying to remove that and not working on things that aren't serving either one of you. I do feel as though you're very cautious in the way you're proceeding forward, and that's for the both of you to avoid injustice or gossip connected to the reunion. You know, you're not choosing to do that just yet, and if you have, I feel you're keeping it very quiet. You're also having a realisation, you know, maybe even questioning, did you invest incorrectly? In what partner to invest in? There is a lot of reflection going on here at the moment. The interesting thing is the lesson Libra is learning this week is, you know, to go with the flow. Because you got against the grain in reverse. So it's like you're physically going with the flow. You might feel like you're in the hangman position, but you're choosing to do it this way because perhaps you were in a different frequency previously, so you're moving more in this kind of way. Both of you have been betrayed in the past, connected to love. Okay. What's the potential outcome? Okay, there can be a celebration, but I feel it's more than likely towards the second week. There can be aspects of communication coming in, but I'm feeling as though it's going to be real baby steps. May just be directly after New Year's. Or directly after the first partial eclipse. Okay. You do know how this is going to go. It's just about pacing yourself, picking up the pieces and continuing. But really needing to end a karmic cycle prior to commencing a new one. And sometimes the ending has happened, but it's more the spiritual part of it. But it is going to be a change for the better, and it will reach to that next level. You know, the both of you are wanting this, the balance, but you're being very cautious in the way you're dealing with it. And I feel you're feeling a lot more balanced, Libran, but you're trying to pace yourself. You're not running. You don't feel the need to. I feel for those of you who this is relevant, it feels as though either you or your twin is understanding towards situations going on, be it on your side or their side, and you're trying to really be, I don't even think it's an effort you're doing on purpose. I think it's coming very natural. Both of you are just flowing with the frequency. There is some contracts and legalities going on both sides in the tying up of loose ends. But I do feel you're quite busy with your finance. I feel both of you are busy with your finances, but one is more in a sense of balance and the other is more in a sense of rebuild. But neither one of you are directly chained to your assets any longer, and there has been a humbling in the frequency. Love and light. I'll see you during the month.